Good morning and God bless you. This is Flag Bearer here. I stand with the sun to my, anyway, all I'd like to talk about today is very simple. There's a lot of concern about nothing happening. I can't imagine how hard it is for all of us, especially those of you who have been afflicted by the straight hand of the injustice that can go on under the regime that was here before us. And the resistance of people to wrap their mind around the fact that even though we would all like to have a world that gets along together, that having one authority making the decisions for that whole world would mean that the locals would be subjected to, kind of like the Mockingbird stuff, you know. What was that? The series Hunger Games. And the folks that we are presently unseating from an unlawful and unholy endeavor, they don't play by any rules that we're used to. Nancy Pelosi's a pretty good example of it. What's coming out now in the documents that have been suppressed is pretty remarkable and unbelievable. For the very elites, what they were doing comes off of a couple of religions, like Baal and Moloch. One is the Sumerian religion. The other was from the reptilian groups associated with the Egyptian periods. There is no doubt in my mind that we have been manipulated, and more so as life went on. In the 50s, they were on a big growth thing, and better living through chemistry. We were to trust Monsanto and just everybody. And the smoking, you know, the way they hid the cancer issue with it, and just on and on. Where we're at now is we really can't quietly go about this. We have to talk to our friends and neighbors. We have to let them know that we're in a state of emergency. We have been since we were able to wrench the power from these globalists that were centered around George H.W. Bush as a figurehead. Who knows who runs those outfits? Brennan, what he's done and what he does in the course of just being him is unbelievable. Operation Paperclip deeply penetrated every level of our government, from basically 1947 on, as far as I can see it. It looks like they landed a couple of crafts over in Arizona to introduce themselves, and then Operation Paperclip. The inbreeding of all these public figures and the leadership, the two Illuminatis, you know, I believe that Trump is on the good Illuminati, whatever that would be. But it's kind of like this. We're going to find out all kinds of things about these folks that's been running us. We've allegedly, through an association of some kind, have broken them out. Now, for me, this is, as this thing is developed, it boiled down to biblical terms. Everything that I had read in the Bible and meditated on, even read in other voices of God and prophets that I've read, and we must speak out. We cannot hold our tongues. We've got to do it with love. We can't argue with people over this stuff. We got to drop our little bombs and then let them chew on it and hope that they chew to the truth. Hope that they start going for the source documents. Start realizing that even if the DNC hack was a hack by the Russians, which it was not, my hero Seth Rich, that these sacrifices, these people who have stood up, the Sean who served the DNC with the lawsuit, they killed him. They totally intimidated the people around it. I'm sure the judge and everything that dismissed that and dropped all that was for a doggone good reason, because they'll kill you. And they'll kill us. Check Agenda 21. Check the Majestic 13. These things are all open sourced. Check out Alistair Cromley, Abramovich, Martina Abramovich, John Podesta, Spirit Cooking. And it's been a very lightly veiled thing for the last 10 years. And in fact, in the early 2000s, there was a film about adrenochrome. I think it was Life and Death in Las Vegas or something like that with Johnny Depp. Man, we had no idea. When you check scientifically to just find out about the adrenal gland and then the adrenochrome. So anyway, eyes open. No fear, as my friends say, in the Suspicious Observers. And where we go one, we go all. And if we truly make that so, what we're facing is not going to be that big a deal. But if we can be divided, if we need to be a certain something that's different than everybody else, then it's going to get tough on us until we let go of that and cling to the fact that life is sacred, and let's do what we can to live it the best we can. Much love. Flag Bearer out.